When I first made the decision to leave Japan and not to return to London or to go to Hong Kong, but to come to Frankfurt, almost all of my friends said, "Nick, you must be mad. What are you thinking about?" And the first year or so was in some ways a little bit challenging, but I think that's the case wherever you go. I'm sure that would have been the case in Hong Kong and even going back to London. You have these sort of reverse culture shocks when you return from a long posting overseas to your home country. Frankfurt is certainly much smaller than most of the other competitors for business which might emerge from the UK Brexit situation, but Frankfurt's got a huge amount going for it. Frankfurt is a city of 700,000 population, but it has cultural and educational amenities which are comparable with those of a much, much bigger city. It has a very pleasant way of life. It has a super geographic situation in the sense that you can be in France or Switzerland or Austria or Eastern Europe or Holland in the twinkling of an eye. And it's got some very, very nice surrounding countryside. The Taunus, the Spessart, the Rheingau. It's got great restaurants. It's a whole lot cheaper than London or Paris. It's very international. Certainly you have no problem here with English, or at least in my experience, there's been no problem in using English and being understood. When I first arrived in the early 90s, I thought that this was just a financial centre. I didn't sort of link up with the soul or the spirit or the heart of the place. In the meantime, I have. The predicament that banks are in, I can say this as an ex-banker, is that it takes a long time between the start of planning to the completion of execution to move people in any numbers from one place to another. How many people might come to Frankfurt? We've had certain forecasts that it might be as many as 10 or 20,000. I don't believe that at all. I think over a period of 5 years, it may be a few thousand. But as I say, that depends very much on the final form of Brexit. Frankfurt is well positioned in general, and I think is doing quite a good marketing job. The city and the region has a kind of confidence in itself and the will to make the place even better.